What's poppin', people? It's your boy Eric, back with another Magic Arena video. We have a standard deck tech here for you. It's Jeskai Dragon Control, baby. And I actually own this one in paper, pretty much exactly as it is here, other than the styles and stuff. So as you can see, it's Jeskai. It's built around Shiko, Paragon of the Way. If you don't know this card, it's 5 mana, including Jeskai colors. It's 4/5 Flying Vigilance Spirit Dragon. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. Copy it, then you may cast a copy without paying its mana cost. So what we're playing in this deck is Rediscover the Way, which is a saga that on chapters 1 and 2 lets you look at the top 3 cards and put one into your hand, and then on the third chapter, whenever you play a non-creature spell, target creature gains double strike until end of turn, which does come up with one of our other dragons that gets haste. I'll go over that later. Also, in the main deck with card draw, we have 1 copy of Stock Up. I'm kind of between Rediscover the Way and Stock Up, but again, I'll go over why Rediscover the Way is better in our deck in a minute. Also with Shiko, we might want to get back Fiery Annihilation, which for me is secret tech. It is 2 in a red, so 3 mana for an instant from Foundations. So a lot of people would kind of overlook this card in this standard, but basically it deals 5 damage to target creature, and you exile up to 1 target equipment attached to that creature, and then if it would die this turn, exile it instead. So basically it's really good against Corey Steelcutter and any other equipment decks that want to turn up during the Final Fantasy set, because there's a lot of equipment-centric themes going on with that set. Also, we have temporary lockdown, so if this gets blown up, we can bounce it back with Shiko again. Just nails all the Corey Steelcutter BS and all of the other cheap stuff going on in the format. The mono red pretty much scoops to this card if they can't kill you by turn like 2 or 3. Anyway, moving on, this one is Lightning Helix. Red white instant, deal 3 to anything and gain 3 life. The life gain really does add up in our deck. We can get pretty low, and then this will pick us back up, and it's really nice to bounce to recast again with Shiko, which will let us gain even more life, or kill something small, yeah. And then 1 copy of a Braid here in the main deck, and there's going to be 2 more in the sideboard. Dispelling Exhale is our counter spell of choice. We can Behold a Dragon, which means we can reveal one or show one that's in play, and if we don't, they have to pay 2 extra for their spell or it's countered. And then if we Behold the Dragon, they have to pay 4 more or it's countered. And late game, as the game goes on, this gets a lot worse, but you can slow them down at least by locking down some of their mana if they want to play spells. Then we have 2 copies of Get Lost, just to destroy almost anything. And they get map tokens, but who cares? And then we got Spell Pierce, which is just nice to get them by surprise, and counter non-creature spell unless they pay 2. Always just solid. And then over here at the 4-drop slot, we have 2 Day of Judgments. Yeah, it's just a solid, destroy all creatures, gets the job done. And then we have 2 copies of Runescale Stormbrood, which will counter a spell with mana value 2 or less. I do that often, that mode quite often. And then if we just need a blocker or another dragon or something, maybe another beater, we can always play the dragon, which gets +2/+0 whenever we play a non-creature spell or a dragon spell. And then we'll get to the juicy stuff with Zergo and Ojutai. So when Rediscover the Way pops off at chapter 3, which if we're doing the math, turn 3, we play this, turn 4, we play something else, and then the next turn, do the double strike thing, we play this, and, well, that doesn't really line up, but, throughout the game, our games are going to go long, because we're killing and countering stuff. So once you can get a Rediscover the Way and then you play a Zergo, and then maybe Lightning Helix something, gets double strike, hits them for 8. And I think you actually get the trigger twice, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, okay, so it has, sorry, let me just describe the card. It's 5 mana for a 4/4 Flying in Haste, Orc Dragon. Flying in Haste, when it has hexproof as long as it entered the battlefield this turn, and then whenever one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to a player or battle, we look at the top 3 cards of your library and put one of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You may return one of those dragons to its owner's hand. So it's often just popping itself back to your hand, or you can pop a Shiko that's already out and replay something from your graveyard once again, which is nice. Good value. And then we have 1 copy of the Eternal Wanderer, just a silver bullet for value. You can keep... it can just board wipe, that you choose 1 creature on their side, 1 creature on your side, and the rest are sacrificed. The +1 is exile something and return it at the beginning of that player's next end step, so we can bounce Shiko, reanimate stuff or replay stuff out of our graveyard, or make a 2/2 white samurai creature token with double strike. And only 1 creature can attack Eternal Wanderer each combat, and so it's just can take over the game by itself. It's pretty good. Moraine River Region, I'm playing 2 of these. I'm often playing Coil and Catch, draw 3, discard a card, especially in like control mirrors and stuff where it gets grindy. You can just keep playing it in your deck, or from your deck, and then drawing more cards. Yeah, you can discard a card, which you can reanimate later with Shiko, which is nice. And then the other side of it is a 6/7 dragon that can bounce 2 things. And sometimes you're bouncing your own stuff, like Rediscover the Way. But be careful, because Shiko makes a token copy of whatever you're playing. So if you reanimated a Rediscover the Way from your graveyard, it's a token, so don't bounce it. Luckily I haven't made that mistake yet, but Arena, I think it warns you to not do that, but I'm not sure if it does that. And then we have 1 copy of Jeskai Revelation, which can counter something or return a spell to their hand or permanent to his hand. It just does everything. It does 4 damage to something. 2 1/1s, draw 2 cards, gain 4 life. So a really good stabilizing card. And then we have a really expensive mana base. I got a few different Verges. 1 of these, 1 River Pyre Verge, and then 2 Sunbillow Verge. And notably, the Verges make 2 of them make white mana and 1 of them makes red mana, so we'll be able to play Lightning Helix and Abrade if you only have the Verges out and with no basic land types. We're also playing the couple of Elegant Parlor, Thundering Falls, and Meticulous Archive as the tap land surveil lands. It's good to have those to get some stuff in your graveyard for Shiko later, because it's a feel bad when it's just a 5 mana 4/5 flying vigilance, which is is a serviceable creature, but you want to get the value. And then some other lands like Shivan Reef and stuff. You can kind of make the mana base however you want. I kind of threw together all the rares lands that I had, plus I had to spend some for like the Meticulous Archives and stuff, because who played this Murders of Karlov Manor set? I really didn't, so I had like none of those. I had to craft all of them. Anyway, you got a smattering of the basics that we need. It's required that you get the Theros Beyond Death ones. They tap for powerful mana of their type. Anyway, we have in the sideboard 2 copies of Authority of the Consuls, pretty solid against aggro, gains 10 of life, and it just puts you out of reach. Lithomantic Barrage for white and blue stuff, Soul Guide Lantern for graveyard decks, Devout Decree for black and red creatures and planeswalkers, and Scry's one, which is solid as well. I often bring this in. I often bring in Soul Guide Lantern and Authority of the Consuls. Let's see. So flash freeze, I might take these out. I never find a good time to bring them in. Negate, I might bring in 2 copies of those. 2 more copies of Abrade, in case they're running like Quarry Steel Cutter. And then we have we're gonna wrap it up with Sunfall, which just it's the answer to everything. Just one of those. Yeah. So that is the deck tech. I own this in paper. It's a lot of fun. You just get to play a control game and then finish it off with big dragons at the top end. You just turn the corner and they have nothing, and you have been drawing cards the entire game and drew into your like Zergo and Ojitai, which is really hard to answer. They've probably been spending the whole game killing Shiko or Meringue, and then, oh no, the Zergo, what do we do about this? So, yep. And this deck is pretty good against like the control mirror, because other versions of this deck don't play main deck like Zergo and Ojitai, if at all they play it. They probably play 4 temporary lockdowns, and like 3 steps ahead they're probably playing more of. And we have more dragons than the typical list. But yeah, that's how I wanted to build it. So yeah, that's the list. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope you guys have fun playing your Jeskai Dragon control decks. And yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side. Take care.